You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, comment, share. I hit record. My wife just talking all through the beginning. I'm going to have to cut it out. So we're going to talk, as we know, Disney, ESPN is a total dumpster fire. I mean, for lack of a better way of putting it, there are media entities and bodies laying everywhere in the wake of Disney, of course, agreeing to lay off so many people. Disney, I think, has come out and tried to claim that this ain't part of the 7,000 layoffs. Okay. I mean, okay. Yeah, we don't buy that. And of course, they laid off a lot of big names, some very good, some it's like, whew, glad they're gone. But then again, I wasn't really watching ESPN original studio content anyway. That's part of the problem. So many people have turned off Disney and have turned off ESPN, and they are hemorrhaging money right now. They're losing money. And Bill Simmons and Ryan Russillo were talking about Jeff Van Gundy being laid off, and they were like, how do you literally have the best NBA analyst in the business and you say out loud you think it's a good idea to let him go? Well, they not only did that, but they let go Mark Jackson, who was very damn good. And now the guy over there at ESPN on their best NBA coverage, and I understand that's not saying a lot, but in the biggest games of every week, Mike Breen is on the call. And his partners were Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, blah, blah, blah. Now he's getting Doris Burke, ? And Doc Rivers. Now, Doc's pretty good, but he's no Mark Jackson. And he certainly damn sure is no Jeff Van Gundy. Van Gundy. Back in the good old days of ESPN. Does anybody remember that advertisement? And Mike Breen has come out and he has slammed it. And I don't blame him. He has slammed the fact that they have been let go. And I get it. Because, you know, of course, you got rid of David Pollack, arguably the guy that was on the biggest meteoric rise as far as college football analysts go. On that pregame show, he was skyrocketing. Okay? They fired him. Got rid of what I consider to be one of the best guys in the draft business, Todd McShay. I'm sorry. I'd have kept McShay over Kiper. But it is what it is. They let him go. They let go of a lot of good people. It's unbelievable. I mean, just hemorrhaging money. New York Post. Mike Breen has called 15 NBA finals with Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson. The three announcers were synonymous with the sport's biggest event, but ESPN decided to put an end to that broadcast team, and the network fired Van Gundy in late June and fired Jackson on Monday. That has left Breen stunned and disappointed. Quote, it's sad because we really thought we had something special. We were able to do it a lot longer than anybody ever did, Breen told the Post. It's something we'll all treasure, but we just wish it was a little longer. You don't expect it because it was such a great team, and to have that completely broken up was a surprise. Breen will continue with new partners. ESPN is expected to promote Doris Burke and hire Doc Rivers and put them next to Breen, who declined to comment on his potential new partners as nothing is official yet. Breen is the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in large part because of what he accomplished with Van Gundy and Jackson. He and Van Gundy covered 17 finals together. Jackson missed 2 years while he was coaching the Warriors. Mark Jackson, underrated. Underrated as a coach, evidently, well, hell, Not even evidently underrated. Underrated in the eyes of ESPN, I just cannot imagine that they did this. The three have known each other for 3 decades, dating back to Breen was on the Knicks radio in the 1990s, while Van Gundy was an assistant coach and Jackson was the team's point guard. Wow, so they had that. We're talking 30 years of chemistry here. Wow, that's crazy. ESPN is in a horrible mess. Quote, they were the dream partners, Breen said. All the accomplishments were because of what we did together. I really do feel personally any success I had was because of the two guys next to me. They just provided everything you would want in analysts. They're smart, they're funny, they're knowledgeable about their sport, they're opinionated. They love their sport but are not afraid to criticize. They just had a little bit of everything. And we came off a finals that we were so proud of. It was another finals together, and it was a really great story of Denver winning for the first time, and we were on a high after it was all done. So it come to grips with our final telecast is hard. The other part is the personal part, and that's tougher. Now we're going to be friends until the day we die. Those guys taught me so much about what I know about the NBA. I've learned more from those two than anybody, but they have also taught me about the stuff that had nothing to do with basketball. I look up to both of them because they're not just talents as broadcasters, but they're the kind of men they are. I feel so privileged to have had that time. I've always said I'm honored to call the finals every year, but what it made it special is I got to call it with those two. Seeing it come to the end is hard to get grips with. Wow. And it does go on to show what Mark Jackson said the other day, and we did a video on his firing and over on Black and White Sports, the bigger channel. But it's clear Mike Breen he's not happy, nonsensical, doesn't make any sense at all as to what ESPN has done right here. Why did they do this? Why did this happen? It's because of the content that they have been putting out. People have chosen. They don't want woke. They don't want woke studio shows. They don't want social justice in all their sports content. They want it to be about sports. These guys were 3 of the best in the business at their sport. And ESPN got rid of it. Why? Ratings plummeted. Disney has gone ultra woke over on their film and TV side, away from ESPN. It's cut into their budget. I mean, you got Bob Iger talking about literally selling off channels. You're getting rid of talent because you're unwilling, ESPN or Disney, to course correct the direction that you're going right now from a content standpoint. We'd rather be woke and have to literally sell off channels to make some money back and fire really good people to make some money back as opposed to change content direction. Disney is going down the tubes, make no mistake, and people are so fed up that they not only have left cable and satellite services, but they've taken an additional step, and they're not even choosing to get these streaming services like Fubo or like Sling. I've got Sling. A lot of people are like, I'm not doing it. I'm not paying for it. And that continues to grow more and more. I think John put up a video on that earlier. Tell me what you think. Black and White Sports 2 supporters, peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.